more than once a month.
Rarely, I think.
Sometimes, often.
Never. It's not my kind of genre of film. I mean, I appreciate them, I don't watch them.
Probably Zombieland. It's quite light-hearted as well.
I haven't watched many, but Conjuring.
The jump scares.
Probably jump scares and kind of like the makeup, so like all the prosthetics. So if you've got like gore or like fake blood or something, that's kind of scary.
Threats that you would find in real life, home invasions and stuff. Like, it's not fantasy, basically.
Something paranormal, like a ghost or moving dolls, maybe creepy clowns.
Clowns and dolls.
A good plot, because sometimes films take away from the plot line because they focus on it being so scary all the time that they don't tie up loose ends, or they just have other plots that don't make sense when you think about it properly. So a good story is always a bonus. You know, it's one of the main things you should think about. Scariness is just like an add-on.
Probably 15. I think, you know, horror films can often be quite gory and quite very visual, but at the same time they don't want to completely alienate this younger audience that's still quite interested in horror movies, so they want to keep it in between.
I would say maybe a 15. Sometimes they can be really scary, but yeah, I wouldn't say a 12 because horror movies can be like really bad sometimes. But I wouldn't say go as far as an 18 unless it's really gory.
Probably like PG-13 or PG-15. I mean, they're scary, but they're not that scary. Like, I don't think many of them are 18s because you get a lot of teens that just want to go to the cinema, so I would assume it's probably about like PG-15.
15 or above. Because they're so like scary.
I think probably good versus evil is the root of a lot of horror movies.
Either man versus machine or life versus death.
I think life versus death and good versus evil.
I'd probably say good versus evil. A really recurring theme in a lot of films. Because obviously, you know, the good guy always defeats the bad guy and stuff like that.
I think there's a mixture of both. Because like there's sometimes they'll close up on the door, but then sometimes they'll just like do like a slow thing of the room. So
Panning shot.
yeah.
Wide shots. Because I think it's way more scary if you see something move in the background that the protagonist isn't aware of. Like, you know, The Woman in Black, ages ago, the trailer. One of the last scenes of the trailer is him looking out the window, and then behind him you see, like, the woman.
I think close-ups probably, because they create a bit more tension.
Both, to be honest. Because like sometimes like they make it seem wide, so they kind of like build up the atmosphere, stuff like that. Like greys and like dark reds and crimsons.
And like greys and blacks to keep it dark and mysterious so that you can't see what's going on.
You kind of see a lot of blues, so like very dark and dull colours.
I'd probably give that a 12A. I think because, you know, it doesn't pose a lot of violence, it's more just quite threatening.
Maybe a 15. Because younger children might get scared at the fact that this random guy is taking souls from children and putting them in dolls.
15. I don't know, it doesn't sound like it's quite a lot of gore, but it does sound like it involves like some like scary scenes.
Probably 15, PG-15. Depending on how scary you make it, what route you take it down. Because it's got potential to be really scary, but obviously if you just want it to be something that isn't too violent or too gory, then yeah, I'll give it a PG-15.
I think it's cool.
It makes it even better, to be honest. Especially for like us, because like, it makes like kind of identify the person.
I think it's good. I mean, I like it because a lot of the time in horror films you get the typical dumb blonde or the dumb girl that goes into the place that she's not meant to, even though it's totally obvious that she's going to get killed and stuff. It's nice to have a female character that thinks a little bit, that has a bit of brain. So yeah, I think it's a really good thing to have, especially in horror films.
I don't think it's hugely important. Maybe 20 years ago, they would use female protagonists to maybe look a bit more vulnerable, but it's a bit different now because I think in horror movies they're shown as, you know, just as capable, just as intelligent as the male ones. So yeah, it was more functional a while ago, but now I don't think it makes a difference.
The level of scariness. I guess some horror movies have more gore in it, some horror movies have more jump scares.
Sense of like dread that's building. I think generally they're a lot more violent and gory than other films.
Plot twists are good because horror movies are just so cliche now. They just focus on scaring people to the point where the content isn't as good as it could be if you just put a little more effort into the plot. So plot twists and things like that, that's what would set a movie apart for me. Because it deviates from what people think it's going to turn out like, and then to have a completely different spin on it, obviously it makes it more intriguing. Like, I'm totally going to watch a film where people have said, man, that's really got me thinking when I left the cinema.
Like how, you know, it usually doesn't have like romance or anything. So like usually horror movies, sometimes they do. Like it could be like the ghost of a dead lover, but like most of the time they don't. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a cool idea, although I wouldn't normally go for fantasy films and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll probably see it.
I think your storyline's very good. It's like, it makes me want to think, it makes me want to know what happens next, like what happens to those girls.
Yes, I can. Because you've got two relatable characters in it, I think it makes it way more watchable if you have someone your own age doing it, I think. Or maybe, in my opinion at least anyway. I would find myself watching it because it seems like it would have a good plot. Like, a plot like that needs to be well thought out, and I can imagine that something like that would take a lot of effort and will be produced well because, you know, it has to be something like that. Yeah, so I would find myself watching it.